Maybe we need to start that subcommittee at 8 instead of 8:15. We're pushing out to YouTube right now, sir.
You have to ring you in.
Okay, we are good to go when you are.
Right. Okay, I have 9 o'clock, so I would like to call the meeting to order of the Isabella County Board of Commissioners, Criminal Justice and County Affairs. Meeting. First up, is there any changes to the agenda? Seeing none. No comment, so we will move on to call to the public. Is there anybody? Who would like to speak? No.
Oh, I thought you had a taker there. He took off.
Took off, yeah. Is there anybody online or on the phone?
There is not at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, there will be another opportunity towards the end of the meeting to comment if someone would like to comment. Okay, moving on to the agenda items. We got first up is consider approving the request to hire an Isabella County Deputy Clerk at the non-union wage scale pay grade 7, step 2 years in the amount of $16.97 per hour. Clerk Luck here.
Good morning, guys.
Good morning.
So I'm in the same situation I was exactly a year ago. Unfortunately, we did lose Kelsey. She went to Saginaw Township. She had a great opportunity, though they doubled her pay. I was lucky to get her. She was amazing. So we've been going through applications now. I think I'm on my 22nd one now. I'm still getting this into the day. And finally, I did have a great candidate. She's been at the tribe now for almost 25 years. And she has clerking experience and she does CPLs. So the only problem is she makes, I think it's almost like 18 an hour, but she's kind of at the stale part of her career. She wants to try something different. She still has kids in high school. She wants to remain here in this area. So she asked if there's any way I can get it a little closer to what she makes. And I told her I could try and see. And if I can, I would take it out of my CPL fund. That won't touch my budget whatsoever. And it won't come out of general fund at all either. And since she's already CPL qualified, I thought it kind of makes sense. But I'm just here to ask and make sure that that is okay with the board. Before I offered her the job, I did tell her everything was contingent upon this and that I still had to wait to take it to full board. So that's kind of where I am.
I don't have a lot of questions. I always thought that the department head should have a little more authority in how they form their teams. So if you think that's somebody you need to form your team, I said I usually don't. I said it's kind of like a football game. You need top players, but there is a cap on there, so you don't need 2 quarterbacks. I think it's more if you guys have leeway in how you become more efficient. I really don't have a problem with that, especially in this environment. I know we're going to be doing a weight study and we'll be looking at everything. Departments, but so yeah,
I agree. I think the experience should be weighed in on these pay grade scales. Because obviously we want to bring in experience to people. So I don't have a problem if the department head wants to bring in experienced people and pay them an appropriate wage. So if they're willing to work for 16.97. If not, I'm here to.
So what these guys said, I'm a firm believer in hiring experienced people. It just makes a lot of sense.
Thank you. Appreciate the help.
I do want to clarify your offer of having the CPL fund pay. Is that for the, what it would, the extra would be over start? Like any difference is what you're saying? You're not talking about moving her into the CPL and having that be the position that, okay,
Nope, I wanna just utilize the SEEP since it can be used for employment.
You bet.
I do have money in there. I'd rather utilize that versus general fund. Especially right
love the
now.
way you're thinking. Thanks for the clarification.
And I clarified it with the state and it meets all the criteria, so.
Yeah.
So I bet I'll work with the county if approved to how to. take care of it.
Thank you.
All right, I'll move the sword. Okay. In motion to move forward to consideration approving the request to hire an Isabella County executive clerk at non-union employee wage scale pay grade 7, step 2 years, amount of $16.97 per hour.
And I will support that. Motion's been made. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, we will proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Opposed, the same. Motion has passed and we will move it forward to the work
Thank you.
session. Thank
Appreciate
you.
it. Don't forget to take your oaths too, please.
Yeah.
Thank you,
I
Mandy.
already did that.
Oh, my God.
Oh,
Oh, good start.
wow. So I've been up meeting today. So.
Ours too.
Okay. Get back on track here. Next up, we have on our agenda, I can find it. We have Mark Griffiths here to consider approving the request to hire an Isabella County Emergency Management Coordinator in the non-union employee wage scale grade 10, step 5 years in the amount of $25.29 per hour. We have Director Griffiths here. Actually, yeah, Russ.
Thank you. Commissioner.
Cleans up good, then.
does.
Thank you, sir. So this is a request to hire the emergency management coordinator, which we budgeted for in the budget this year. The person we have has 15 years of experience. I'm not going to use their name and do the best not to disclose anything else about them while we're talking today. Known in our community of first responders and second responders, have served Isabella County, retired from Isabella County. Actually, I've known him for over 15 years. The sheriff knows this person. Has worked with this person on different emergency management projects as well as I have. The thing I didn't, as I'm reading through my report, because we all care about the penny, this would also be on the emergency management grant that would pay the 33-34% on the match, just like we've done before. So we get the full benefit of that grant going towards this.
Rather than the few hours that you're able to put of your time towards the grant. So we get very little back.
Right, so I will supervise this person. I will still do parts of emergency management with our first responders. We're doing stuff with the schools and stuff that are very important. And the interagency link between emergency management, police, fire, EMS, and 911 will still be intact. Probably won't be for another month or so before the person would start, so the difference of the, 9,400 and change would even be less at that point, if what we're saving as it goes forward. To go forward in that is general fund money. The person was budgeted to start at the rate that we talked about, so it's a very minor adjustment as we would go forward to have some high quality talent as far as this goes. And in this one, rather than when I was talking to you before about the 911 position before, I put at a higher step. So what I've asked for is up to step 5, and I will do the best to get them at the lowest that we can do. So save the money as far as that goes, but explain it. But they have all the years of experience. They're just in a different sector that we deal with, and they easily will be able to catch up on our emergency management standards through the state within the year. They do that over a year or two's training to come up for the requirements. But I'm really hoping that this person will accept the job if we offer it. And I'd just like to be able to offer them the best opportunity we can for Isabella County. So
You already answered my question at last, is if they accepted the offer yet or committed to it, but they have not. So-
We'll find out if they watch the committee meetings on YouTube, won't we?
I didn't tell them to watch the meeting yet. I was hoping to make the phone call after I did my DL2. But yes, they might be sharp enough. To figure all that out.
Hope so.
I rather than delay it out and not have to wait till, possible
Yeah.
cancellation. of the
Indeed,
I just
yes.
thought it before you.
I think to get somebody with this much experience is fantastic. And then somebody that knows your system and all the
Mhm.
players that you deal with.
Yeah, so
It's huge.
100%. So
get them to stick around.
I don't have any questions, I really don't.
Awesome. All right, make motion, move to consider approving this request to hire an Isabella County Emergency Management Coordinator at a non-union employee wage scale pay grade 10, step 5 years in the amount of 25.9 per hour.
I will support that. Motion has been made. Is there any more consideration or discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, signify by aye. Opposed, the same. The motion has passed, and we'll move this forward to the work session. Thank you. Okay, next up, we have consider approving the Core Technology Corporation CAD project quotation order form number 4-00001857, pursuing to the first option in the amount of $331,982.50, and authorize the board chair to sign the same.
So I have the sheriff with me here today because this is a big project. We recently went to a 2% on this, trying to get as much funding as we could. That didn't happen this round, hopeful. But we have to move forward. The 20-year-old software that I have at 911 is still a thing as far as that goes. It's not getting any younger. It doesn't interface with the current products well without trying to do significant upgrades on 20-year-old technology. This new product will interface with the current records management software that the Shepherd Police Department and the County Sheriff has. Central Michigan University and Mount Pleasant City have also notified me that it is their intention to move on to that platform for records management as well. This is the computer-aided dispatch, which is a software my staff would use at 911 to do the dispatching. This would create a kind of county-wide global network in that end of it, connecting 911 with software that goes to the cop car computers and or fire trucks. We have some of those. And then also connects to the records management. So if we take the person's name, phone number and stuff in the beginning, it would seamlessly be able to populate their other systems they use. And the benefit is there's parts of this program that later on that the sheriff's already started working on that will connect it to the prosecutor's office. So it'll be a global network within our countywide network, but it also has the ability to interrogate, search for bad guys outside of our county with other stuff that we have, which is extremely helpful in trying to locate suspects of crimes to help our victims in our county. We did have an opportunity, the difference this time from the previous CAD contract that we had an opportunity for a few weeks to actually play on it with our maps. And I say play because we were moving it around and all the puzzle pieces, and it literally was like a game that, like, we want this to look this way and function this way. And I would say with 95% certainty, it's going to do everything that we want. The way we want it to do it, the minor little nuances are acceptable. It still lets us dispatch our stuff. But the customer service, which is what the sheriff highlighted when we first started to look at this thing, so far has been amazing. They've been able to contact us, dial into the computer when we need them to, make the correction right there if it's possible, and or put it on their list of things that they would have to improve as we go forward. We do have a couple of those items that we've outlined in the contract that we want. We call them modules. The company gives us no indication that they can't meet that particular goal as we go forward. So when we looked at this project, as we did with the previous project, you know, we developed our budget with the staff here at the admin. We guessed it would be about 300,000. It came in at 300,000, 31,982. So it's about 31,000 over the predicted budget. We can absorb that with our fund that we have. There is an easy opportunity next year to budget for this little overage and correct it, because we don't have to pay the full 331 right away when we go forward on this. There's opportunities for two different fundings as far as it goes forward. I would recommend we go with the pay for the 1 and 2 years, because then we don't have to do an interest plan. We can save money, we have the money to do it, right? And it'll stretch it out. The other thing, they're giving us an opportunity to buy customized service engineering development hours at a much lower price than what we'll have to pay after we're done with the project. And so in the very end leg, there'll be these little nuances and tweaks that we want to do that make sure we have that connectivity with police and fire the way we want it. I'd like to make sure, and I'll work on that with the budget a year from now, that we get enough hours budgeted to do that ahead of time. And capitalize on that, because eventually we're gonna have to do little tweaks and stuff anyways. We might as well get a discount ahead of time while we can afford it. So, good company, it's out of Michigan, for, some of the local, service people and salespeople that will come and look and help us out. It's been very responsive, like I said before. And they also provide, current things already, even our IT director works with the multi-bridge and the talent for our lean access that we already do every day. So that's another benefit, the fact that stuff that we already know and are already familiar with will be able to already be implemented with our cop cars and stuff like that. So this is my proposal to come to you. I'd like to ask that you consider it, and hopefully we can fund this. We would like to have start date October next year. In October, it's gonna take a while to implement. They take a lot of our data and they verify it. We're working with the sheriff. He's got some integrations he's working on, try and line everything up to come online. There's a good chance that the law enforcement agencies will come online with their records management faster than we do, but eventually we'll all be right there, hopefully within 12 months. So. And it's been to the lawyers, the contract's been to the lawyers. Sorry. No, that's big.
Mhm.
On the payment, option one, just to clarify, earlier in your statement, we had said that it budgeted for 300,000 for this year.
Correct.
But the payments would be in 2 different years. So,
This fiscal year, so all the way to
Right.
September, yeah.
right,
Yeah.
exactly. So, but the payments are in 2 different fiscal years.
Yeah.
Okay,
So
so
165 this year, and I got them to break it up, because last year.
we're already under budget.
Yes, yes.
We'll save $165,000.
right.
I will be working with a small computer upgrade that we have to do in server upgrade.
Right.
So, yes, we are under budget and,
I'll be looking for that 165 at the end of the year.
But that's 911. That's not general fund. So it's going the right way, wrong fund.
saving the tax.
Yes.
Just a quick, question, just
Ultimately.
a quick comment. So the 2% didn't go through, they had lots of requests and stuff, and we had some good conversations with several people in Tri about that. So our intent will be to reapply in the fall and maybe even break that up in a couple different disbursements, but one of the reasons why they kind of held back on it, they after they seen what we were doing, they kind of looked at their own police department and said, we should go to this too. So we're all tied together. So I think that was part of it. I think they may want to rewrite that. Their police department's reevaluating. They've already seen it once, but they're reevaluating the TAC 10 portion, which was kind of the weak spot for them originally. Not necessarily TAC 10. It was what they offered to show them versus the TAC 10. So there is some hope maybe at the fall and to offset some of those costs as well. So we're gonna give it a valiant effort when we're trying. So
And this does not leave the tribe behind. Today, we have connectivity with the tribe with the computer system that lets them see the cop cars and talk that way. So we're still maintaining that. So they're not losing anything. Actually, it'll just be increasing more capabilities through our whole system. So.
Okay, Director, but I support the project. I'm gonna support this, but I have some questions. Because are we with 18 years of financial institution, I've done the payment options.
Do I need to get Melissa?
Just on the purchase with interest, what was the interest payment on that? What was fees?
To
Could
be
you
honest,
get that?
I
Could you
didn't
get
know
that
that.
for me?
That can,
Get that for me. I'm just kind of curious what the interest. And the other thing I was wondering, are they offering any kind of discount for cash payment up front?
more than what we're getting right now, because we do have a significant, but I will ask that question as well. So pay, you're saying pay the whole shot.
Pay the whole shot, what's the savings?
Yeah,
Because some that time is money, and there might be, if we look at it, there is no such thing as zero interest usually.
Correct. No, I didn't go the interest rate because I've been told a philosophy from several commissioners in my career, save us money. And if you got the money paid, don't put it into payments and rack up interest. So I'll get you the finance ready.
But you remember, I was on a bank.
Yeah, I know, and I will find out if there's a discount and I will get that report. right
Just
back
get
to
the
you.
report, but I
Yeah.
support the proposal. I just want to know what would be the better option to
Yeah.
pay.
I'll find that out.
And we know what the interest and what the fees are, because they roll that into one. I was
Okay.
kind of curious. And I
Absolutely.
know interest rates are going up, they're moving at this.
Yes, they are.
So,
100%.
but anyway, I support this. I just kind of want to know how we're gonna go forward. I think.
I will do that. I will make that happen. I'll get that back to the administrator and you'll have those answers for your board meeting. Right. Make sure they're at the work session.
Okay,
Excellent.
so those are the only questions I have. Like I said, I support the proposal. I just want to know
So
what
we
the
can
options
talk-
on paying.
Talking about 331 full payment for the whole project. And then at that time, you also want me to estimate the savings on the up to like 250 hours of development time for computer engineers. So it'll go beyond the 331. at that
Right,
point,
correct.
Mhm.
Maybe there's a discount. Okay.
Maybe they don't watch our meetings. Tell them the commissioners are putting your feet to the
I
fire.
will.
You really need some options
I
here.
will do that. Do
It
it.
just depends on the company. Sometimes they're cash poor and they'll offer
Yeah.
discounts
Good point.
for discounts and sometimes it works out to use money that we have there.
Sounds like a plan.
It's not something that might work out, but I'd like to know what the options
I
are.
will do that.
On offering.
I will get it.
Okay.
Perfect.
And they are excited about Isabella County. It's another whole county coming on board. They've got a few counties that are all their system, so they're pretty excited about the other agencies and where we're headed, so. Right, there's all, it's a big county.
Remind me, when are the 2% requests, due to administration?
Usually 1st of September and yes, for us, I think they're due on the website end of September, but they're due to us 1st of September because the board has to approve them to get them into the,
And then
For
the
fall.
Spring disbursement.
Mhm. Yes, I think March, I want to say is the due date for spring.
For some reason, I always put I have to have it.
That's perfect.
I
That's perfect. You just keep thinking that.
just,
It'll be
Yes.
easy, the documents are all there outside, if the tribal police wants to come out, we just add that, but the rest of it's all put together and ready to go, so.
Great.
Easy folds.
Sounds like it was a good process and communication this time. Good.
I don't.
I'll make the motion to move forward the, consideration of approving the Core Technology Corporation CAD project quotation order 1 and 4. The first option. The amount of $331,982.50. That's board.
I will support that. It's been moved and supported. Is there any more discussion? Seeing none, we'll proceed to vote. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, the same. The motion has passed. We'll move that forward to the work session. Thank you.
very much.
Thank you, Mark.
Sure.
Okay. That brings us up to announcements. Is there any announcement anybody would like to say at this time? None? Okay, one last call to the public. So there's nobody, that's the easy one. So is there anybody online?
There is not at
Is
this
there anybody on the
time.
phone?
There is not at this time, Mr. Chairman.
Okay, at that time, I will close, call the public and call the meeting adjourned. Thank you.